Is there something I can do for you? I really am rather busy at the moment. Of course not! Do I look like a monster to you? Let me guess. You met my drunken waste of a husband, Parkier? I'm sure he was remorseful, hungover, and telling tall tales. And he probably wasn't wearing any shoes. He lost the mace of Dumont Belland? Again? And tried to blame a hagraven? I found him last night, drunk as a naked Nord and refusing to listen to a word I said. He ran off, waving the mace and yelling incoherently about mud crabs and his manly charms. Parkier probably dropped it near the river. It's not that far. Just head toward the mountains and you'll run right into it. Maybe you'll find his shoes while you're out there too. In any event, I'm grateful for your help. And a remarkable pedigree as well. My ancestor Dumont Belland carried it proudly into battle. Most notably, it helped him win the Second Battle of Shornhelm. Or was it the Third Battle of North Point? Well, it's oh so important to my family.
My friend! How good to see you again. Did you give the Hagraven a proper thrashing? And did you happen to find my wife's mace? Tell me all is well, and we'll drink to our good fortune. My wife? You met the lovely Frederique? But what about that feisty Hagraven? I'm sure I remember her saying something about how arousing mud crabs on the half-shell could be, but tell me, did you find the mace? Ah, yes. I was trying to smash a few mud crabs when the bandits arrived. I barely escaped with my manly charms intact. Well, thanks for finding the mace of Dumont Belland. Frederique can get very loud and screechy when she's upset with me. These don't look like my shoes. Mine had tassels here, and a tear there, and more buckles. My shoes definitely have more buckles. But thank you for finding my wife's mace. I wish I could have been there with you when you took down that Hagraven.
There's my brave warrior, as barefooted as the day I met him. Do you remember anything from last night?
There you are, my sweet. I battled a Hagraven last night. Or was it a mud crab?
Yes, dear. Of course, dear. And what did I tell you about wearing shoes? You promised you'd put them on whenever you left the lighthouse. Thank you for returning my mace. My husband always loses things, and he refuses to put on a decent pair of shoes. But I do love him so. As soon as he's sober, though, we're going to have a talk about why I remind him of a Hagraven.
Shoes? Shoes are for a lesser man. My manly toes need to breathe. It's a medicinal fact.
My friend, I am sorry you had to be the one to end Lorea's troubled existence. It was unfortunate, but necessary. And now, if we are to save Rivenspire, we must engage in another unfortunate act. The time to deal with Baron Montclair is upon us. Montclair is here. Of that there can be no doubt. He awaits atop the Doomcrag, where he somehow activated ancient defenses to block our path. We need to find a way around these defenses and then set up portals to transport our troops up the mountain. The book we uncovered at Locrata contains maps of the ruins, among other things. These maps show 2 portal chambers leading to the top of the Doomcrag. If you can reach the first chamber and open a portal, we can begin moving troops into position. Be on your guard. In addition to activating ancient defenses, Montclair has somehow awakened the Ayleid guardians that haunt these ruins. You may have to deal with them as well as you make your way into the first portal chamber. Of course, but let's try to move this along. I fear Baron Doral will charge straight into an Ayleid trap in his haste to make something happen. A recent appellation. It refers to the thick fog that develops within the pass up the mountain. But my translation of the text tells me this was once a great place of learning and worship, with pilgrimages occurring daily to the top of the Doomcrag. The Locrata text may provide us with some insight that will help us deal with Baron Montclair. I just need to finish my translation. This requires great care and concentration. I don't want to make an error that will cost us dearly later. Baron Montclair must have triggered the ancient wards. Many of the passages have barriers that were not present the last time I was here. He also seems to have disturbed the bones of the ancient Ayleids. They are now awake and angry that we're here.
I worry about Verandis. I know I shouldn't. He's brilliant and strong. But this whole thing with Montclair and the death of Lorea, it has him all torn up inside.
This is too much. Do I look like some kind of powerful sorceress to you? No, I'm just an apprentice. I can't take on an army of Baron Montclair's thugs. I mean, I want to advance within the Mages Guild, but they ask the impossible. The Magister in Shornhelm sent me out here to recover a relic called the Tear of Anorame. It's incredibly valuable. I don't think he even expects me to succeed. I think he's just trying to get me killed. You mean, you would go and get the Tear of Anorame for me? Yes, of course! If you'll go get the tear and bring it back to Magister Wolfdus in Shornhelm, that would show the old bastard. I think I could even claim credit. I can't tell you what a relief it is to have your help. I'll stay here for a little while in case you have any questions, but then I'll head back to Shornhelm. I'll tell Magister Wolfdus I've dealt with the matter, and he'll soon have his relic. You're the one doing the real work here. If all I have to do is answer a few questions, I'm getting off easy. What do you want to know? According to legend, it's the final tear shed by the Ayleid princess Anorame after she was betrayed by her lover. They say its substance is pure hatred, and it has the power to crush armies. The book I brought with me describes it in more detail. I've been studying magic for a few months, but all I can really do is conjure up a light. I suppose that would help you a little, but honestly, I have a feeling I'd just get killed. I might even get you killed, too. Magister Wolfdis said this assignment wasn't just a test of my magical ability, but also of my resourcefulness. Finding you and enlisting your help was pretty resourceful. At least that's the argument I intend to make.
Interest does a Dagon cult have in this place? Flea?
Do your worst, Remora. I'll tell you nothing.
I'll squeeze the knowledge out of... Damn. I forgot how fragile mortals can be. Ah, you have arrived. Excellent. I found you both mildly interesting and suitably helpful in the past. Let us endeavor to continue that streak. This Mehrunes Dagon cultist refused to answer my questions, and I may have insisted a bit too vigorously. Since last our paths crossed, I ran afoul of these Mehrunes Dagon followers. While I was investigating their activities, I ran into an obstacle. As much as it pains me to admit, but this requires a mortal's touch. I need your assistance. An Imperial cache hides behind that doorway. Unfortunately, the entrance has been warded to prevent entry by anyone, including those of the Daedric persuasion. I need you to shatter the ward and help me discover the cache's secret. Take this amulet. I went to great trouble to acquire it. With it, you should be able to destroy the ward and open the way into the annex. We must reach the secrets inside before the Dagonists get to them. The fate of your world depends on it. The amulet should allow... I acquired a map from the Mehrunes Dagon cultists that indicates an Imperial cache is hidden inside. I want to reach that cache before they do, and find out what Emperor Leovic thought was important enough to hide from mortals and Daedra alike. Don't the actions of the Daedric princes, when turned in this direction, always concern the fate of this particular ball of mud? The Longhouse Emperors have protected a secret for 3 generations. A secret that involves Mehrunes Dagon. A secret guarded from mortals and Daedra alike that involves the Prince of Destruction?
I do not think the threat could be any more clear if they painted us a picture. What form that threat will take, however, that is what I hope to ascertain. How remarkably narrow-minded you mortals can be. What is your definition of evil? Do I care for the lives of mortals? No. Do you care for the lives of ants that crawl beneath your feet? Our interests are aligned at this time. That should suffice. I saw the Dagonists use magic to temporarily disable the ward. Their power is limited, however, and the ward reasserted itself before I could follow them. Only power akin to the amulet can totally destroy the ward. Do you assume I am without resources? That I do not have connections in both the Mundus and throughout the plains of Oblivion? I have given you the amulet, and it will do its job. Nothing else matters, little mortal. The protective ward is deadly to Daedra. As a mortal, you are perfectly immune to any such dangers. The ward simply bars your way. Besides, the amulet can only be used by a mortal. That's part of the reason it can destroy the ward. As a mortal, you are immune to the harmful effects of the protective ward. As long as it is in place, however, it will prevent either of us from passing through the warded doorway. That is its primary function, after all. Mehrunes Dagon is one of the Daedric princes, the Lords of Oblivion. Specifically, he is the Prince of Destruction, Revolution, and Ambition. Natural disasters are his forte, though some consider him nothing more than a god of bloodshed and betrayal. Concern? I am not concerned. I am curious. Secrets intrigue me. If anyone should be concerned, little mortal, it is you. When a cult devoted to the god of destruction performs mysterious deeds upon your doorstep, there is a good chance your home will soon be engulfed in fire, devoured by earthquakes, or submerged in a raging flood. And by your home, I mean Nirn. The ward has fallen. Let us see what waits inside. I sense more wards ahead. Deal with them. I shall wait here. You destroyed the wards. I felt each one shatter in turn. Well done, little mortal. Now tell me, What did you find? Let me see them. A collection of apparently mundane items, at least on the surface. But look at this scroll. It not only bears the seal of the last Longhouse Emperor, it has been ensorcelled so that it cannot be unfurled or read. Interesting. Architectural plans from the looks of it, and not the mundane engineering so common to your world. No, these plans include powerful Daedric elements. Some sort of vault, obviously, strengthened and enhanced by a complex arcane matrix. Intriguing. It marks a location in Grotwood, Ne Salas, another ruin, and perhaps another annex. I'll open a portal to take you there. Keep the amulet. It retains power enough to deal with a few more wards. While you search, I shall try to read the scroll. This portal will take you to Ne Salas. Raid the caches while I do.
Trust me, Thaindil. Magical transport is the only way this many Redguard could have appeared here so suddenly. We need to cut them off before an entire army is on our doorstep.
One more step and you get an arrow in the knee. Hey, you don't look like a cultist. Damn it all to Hermaeus Mora's nether regions! If you aren't one of the damn cultists and you aren't one of the Covenant soldiers, then what in the name of Oblivion's stinky armpit are you doing down here? Imperial caches? Really? That's funny. That's exactly what brought me here. But then I found this band of wood elves under assault by Covenant soldiers and a group of insane Daedric cultists. You positive you aren't one of the cultists? All right. The enemy of my enemy and all that. Just like in the Investigator Vale stories. I suppose I can trust you. For now. The cultists answer to someone called Doombringer Eshel, and he's got some kind of scholar lady at his side. Farther in, I'm guessing. The cultist leader paid off the soldiers and they just let them wander on through. If you can clear a path, I'll get these wood elves out of here and then follow after you. We can meet up when you find the cultists. I'm just a young wood elf with a good bow and a thirst for adventure. I plan to make a name for myself, and this seems like the perfect opportunity. Provided I don't get sacrificed in some stupid Daedric ceremony along the way. Cracked acorns! You established adventurers don't understand. When you're starting out, it's hard to become recognized as a real hero. But that's what I want to be. Just like in the Investigator Vale and Green Hood stories. I found a journal in Black Drake Villa, a hidden refuge of the Longhouse Emperors. It was in some kind of code, so it took me a while to figure out what it said. Well, actually, I had someone decipher it for me. Even deciphered, the journal didn't make much sense. Emperor Leovic wrote it. Lots of crazy talk about annexes around Tamriel where he hid caches related to something he called the Emperor's Secret. I decided to investigate, so here I am. Not much. I heard a few of the cultists mention his name. Said it with a mixture of awe and respect. I think they're afraid of him. I noticed that the woman scholar stayed close to the leader's side. She was explaining the history of this place. Once I get these wood elves out of here, I'll catch up with you.
He hates everyone.
The cultists. They destroyed the ward and marched right in. This whole situation, it's gone roots up faster than a Nord eats pie. We were trying to get back to the others, avoiding the soldiers as best we could. But we ran right into the cultists. They wounded me, but I played dead. Watched the scholar lady work her magic and break the ward. I headed inside, and a wood elf slipped out of the shadows. But not one of my mates. Said her name was Everly Sharp Arrow. She made sure I wasn't bleeding too badly, and went in after the cultists. Don't shake any branches on my account. I just need a moment, and then I'll sneak out of this place. Can't say the same about my mates, though. But if you plan to help Everly and do something about those cultists, you better get a move on.
Hey, over here! You need to see this! What took you so long? Never mind, never mind. Look down there. That's the cult leader and the scholar lady I told you about. And that must be the Imperial cache. What can I say? I'm as fast as a leaf on the wind and silent as a shadow. I suggest we take different paths to that chamber, just in case. I'll meet you down there. Last one to put an arrow in the cultist is a sour gore apple. That's an odd question. I was hired to find another book at Black Drake Villa and came across the journal. I was curious and I had some time, so I had the journal deciphered. Turned out to be a lot of ramblings. Emperor Leovic was either crazy or desperate. The coded message had that sort of air about it. But yes, he alluded to some end-of-the-world level stuff along with the rest of his crazy. I came here to see if there was any truth to the danger, to go along with his obvious delusions.
We must recover the Daedric weapons, Pedagogue. Bring me the contents of that cache as soon as you have them.
I will not fail, Doombringer. I'll have the wards down momentarily. Interesting. This ward is different. Perhaps a divination would provide insight. Complex. More layers than previous wards. I sense intruders. Keep them back while I finish my work. This ward, it appears to require a special key. Disastrix Maglagor. Deal with the interlopers.
Let disaster rain upon you, fool!
Eat arrows, creepy cult lady! My arrows always strike true. Can you open that Imperial cache? Hang on, let me try. Hey, that actually worked! Look out, Daedra!
Lower your weapon, elf. I'll confer with the other mortal after they search the cache.
What did you find? Anything interesting in there? Well, what was inside the cache? Have we finally discovered the secret of the Longhouse Emperors? Let me take a look. Yeah, that's a code, all right. Imperial. Just like in the journal I found at Black Drake Villa. I know someone who can decipher this. He helped me with the journal. I'm sure I can get him to translate this scroll, too. Not far from here. Just outside Eldenroot. Just look for the camp with all the books in it. I'll meet you there. Let's just say I've known him for a very long time, and I trust him with my life. Like I said, he translated the journal I found. The one written by Emperor Leovic that led me here. Tell me why we should trust that Daedra lady, though. All right, if you say so. I suppose if she's willing to help, we have to give her the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to watch her like a hawk, though. You never count your seeds before they sprout, my great-aunt Laurel always said.
Now that you've satisfied the Wood Elf's curiosity, it's time to satisfy mine. Show me what the cache contained, little mortal. We already knew this concerned Emperor Leovic, and I cannot read those coded words. As much as this mystery intrigues me, it has also begun to bore me. If we don't solve some piece of the puzzle soon, I may just look elsewhere for entertainment. The fate of your world, little mortal, not mine. But do not fear. The mortal realm has always amused me. I will aid you as I can, provided such efforts continue to benefit me as well. Alas, I cannot help decipher the Emperor's code. So, the Wood Elf is useful after all. Interesting. I will open a portal to this Eldenroot to expedite your journey. When the opportunity presents itself, ask the Wood Elf how she was able to break that ward. I sense something powerful. Not yet, but I have my finest Banekin working on it even as we speak. Go, little mortal. Solve the mysteries before you while I ponder the various clues we've pulled together. I will find you when one of us has something new to report. This portal shall take you to Eldenroot. Do not dally. I sense there's more to this mystery than the politics of emperors.